were very strange. Ling Si thought that even though he hadn't been able to awaken, at least the change of profession was a success. He wondered intensely if choosing the next button would affect his career change, if it would only make things worse. He thought that if he also failed his profession change mission because of her, then he would have to wait another month before he could accept a new profession change mission. Holding his finger over the buttons, he considered what to choose. Ling Si decided to choose the safe path because it would be one disaster after another if it affected the job change with a grim face that he would never back down in this lifetime. He looked resolutely ahead, frowning. The main character swore at the exit button, hitting the button on the dialog box. The dialog box indicated that he had chosen to go to the second phase of the job change task. The following dialog box says, "The second phase will start soon. Your results from the first phase have been saved." The main character asked in surprise why there is a second phase in the task of changing a profession, and what it means that his results were saved. The dialog box reported that his final score will be determined when he exits the job change task. The following dialog box says, "Please keep in mind, the chances of waking up from different phases can be added up." Ling Si asked in surprise about the fact that the chances of waking up could be stacked. Frowning, he asked if he had heard correctly. The dialog box asked you to prepare and said that the second phase will start soon. Ling Si shouted that his final chance of awakening wouldn't be 12%, and he still had a chance of becoming an awakened one. The dialog box says, "Phase 2 mission objective: defeat your mirror selves. Number of enemies, 6. Mission description: the mirror selves' attributes are double of yours. Neither party is allowed to use skills. Defeat them. Mission time, unlimited." The main character shouted that it doesn't matter what happens in the second phase, he is ready for it. The dialog box indicated that the second phase would start in 10 seconds. Ling Si thought that 6 copies is twice as much. The dialog box says, "Upon the completion of the second phase, your acquired awakening rate may be stacked with the awakening rate from the first phase." Ling Si, grinning, thought that was all he needed to hear, and he will fight with as many copies as they want. A dagger appeared in his hand, and he thought that he wanted to see what he could achieve in this life. The dialog box announced the start of the countdown and wished you good luck. Coco Lai frowned and asked about the fact that Ling Si still hadn't come out. Tiana said that his status still says unable to contact. She assumed it meant that he was still on a career change assignment. Coco Lai, sitting cross-legged on the red sofa, asked him what he was up to and if it had already been more than half a day. She said that based on his abilities, the job change task shouldn't take him that long. She asked if he could have gone out on a date and then deliberately put a do not disturb status. Cocking an eyebrow, Coco Lai said that it only took her in Stillwater's half an hour to complete the job change task. She asked him why it took him more than half a day. Tiana said that he wasn't that kind of person, and he most likely ran into a problem. Tiana recalled Ruko telling her that he had completed his profession change assignment, successfully awakened with an 83% chance of awakening. He was telling her that he had an interesting mission and it was to measure his damage potential in a limited amount of time. He said that he immediately transformed and dealt damage without thinking, and it was the first time he had dealt damage in such a pleasant way. Tiana thought with a sad face that she remembered that Ruko went on his profession change assignment around the same time as Ling Si, but came out less than an hour later. Coco Lai said that she heard that Shadow was recently ambushed by a thief from Wolf's Fang near the forest area. She said that their attack was personally led by their guild's vice head, Squirrel, who seems to have successfully changed professions. Frowning, Coco Lai said that Squirrel attacked Shadow, but Ling Si didn't report it. She said that Stillwaters believes that the enemy doesn't know that Shadow is part of the Nebulous Guild, otherwise they wouldn't have acted so recklessly. Tiana jumped up from the table and shouted that this was the first time she had ever heard of this, and Ling Si hadn't told her anything about it. She said it wasn't surprising then that he told her that their entire team was going to go on a career change mission. With a frown, Tiana and their guild very often, and their heads turn a blind eye to the behavior of their guild members. She said that they are biding their time and they need to deal with this sooner or later. However, Nebulous is ready to fight them at any time. Tiana thought that if the skirmishes between Nebulous and Wolf's Fang escalated, a full-fledged war would be inevitable. Frowning, she thought that she hoped Ling Si would do well. She thought that she was looking forward to Shadow's growth. The main character was cautious. 3 copies with the eye-glowing red standing in combat. Ling Si stands in front of them with a dagger in his hand, surrounded by a scattering cloud of dust. Nebulous 3rd Division headquarters. 3rd Division lounge. Lots of people were coming out and in through the doors. The man behind the door exclaimed that the mission was completed and everything went smoothly. The person said that Ruko Zong is really a good leader to rely on. Ruko walked with his hands in his pants pockets. Above his head, you can see that he is level 25. People surrounded him. One person said that they wanted him to go to the dungeon with them for 1 hour to help them. Another person said that they were missing one strong team. Ruko agreed and told him to just text him when the time came. Dialogue Tom T, short for tank. awkwardly. Another guy said that Ruko needs to be given a break sometimes because he just finished helping another team. He said that if Tiana found out, they would be scolded badly. Ruko waved as he left and said that it was fine and he had nothing else to do anyway, and he could raise his level by helping them with the dungeons. He said the guy said that Ruko is really impressive. The guy in the steel helmet agreed and said that it was hard to imagine that this was the same person who used to be called Little. He said that before, Ruko was a rookie that no one wanted to deal with. He asked if he remembered that monthly guild war. The guy said he never wanted to team up with him, and they all ran away as soon as they saw him. Looking at Ruko, who was looking at the game's interface with a serious look, they remembered his crying face. The other guy replied that he remembered, but now no one dares to look down on him or call him Little Ruko, only Ruko-zong or even Brother-zong. He said that even though he is no longer affiliated with the 3rd Division and is now a member of the Shadow Group, thanks to Tiana, he sometimes comes to help. He said that otherwise, with his current abilities, he would be able to become a core player for the 2nd or even 1st Division guild. The guy in the helmet agreed and asked if he had heard the news about the Shadow Leader. He said that this thief who made a fuss recently seems to have gone missing. Another guy wrapped his arms around his neck and told him to keep his voice down because it was about frowning. He said that this thief seemed to be the steamrolled by his head of the Wolfsfang Guild, and no one had seen him for a whole month. He suggested that he might be too ashamed to show himself in front of others. Ruko stood silently with a sad face. He thought that he hadn't been able to contact Lingxi for a whole month. Ruko thought that he had no one to talk to, like the chat. A dialogue box informed him that he had to do the chat dialogue on the dialogue box. Tillies asked about the fact that there was still no news about him. Ruko replied that there was no news. He said that he believed in him and Lingxi would definitely contact them. Tillies cursed and asked him what he was doing. She said that the job change task would have taken a maximum of 1 day, but it had already been a full month. She said she really wanted to scold him. Tillies said that Darkfeather is also asking about this, and she is afraid that if Lingxi doesn't show up soon, then Team Shadow will have to disband. Ruko looked sadly at the chat dialogue box. Ruko replied that he believed in Lingxi. Tillies was standing near the rocks, looking at the dialogue box. Above her head, you can see that she has reached level 27. She thought that when this guy showed up, he would definitely beat him up. Tillies thought that he had been offline all this month without any news. She wondered if he'd abandoned his account. Frowning, she thought that if he returned now, it would be too late for him to catch up with their levels. She thought that because of the number of job changes over the past month, leveling up had become much easier, resulting in a wave of level grinding frenzy. Looking at the 15th level of Lingxi on the dialogue box, she thought that it put him on a par with low-level players. The armored guy shouted at her to stop slacking off and hurry up to deal damage. Frowning, he said that her father had asked him to look after her, and before that, he had given her too much naming the man Uncle Quan. Holding her staff in both hands, she asked if they could handle such a simple boss on their own. She said that there's no challenge at all. Quan shouted at her to stop talking and start dealing damage. Frowning, her staff in her hand was shrouded in yellow energy. She thought with a smile face that if Lingxi didn't show up again soon, then she would have to go back to work in the workshop. Coco Lai slammed her hands down on the table and asked how dare they. She said that this was no longer just the Wolfsfang Guild entering their territory. Provocation. Stillwaters clarified that she said they had invaded Station 3. Coco Lai said this was...
have a quick cup of coffee. Oh, Sagler.
Ah, it's Sagle.
Hey, open.
Yeah, been very long since you were here. We're going nuts.
Oh, you brought it? Yeah.
Here you go.
She suffered too much. I want to sit there. I want to sit there. Why I got the door open?
Feeling hot.
After 16 days.
Not just Sunday, next week Sunday. After 16 days.
Okay, where am I? I'm in the next one.
You can't say 16 days.
I need this.
I have work.
They got passed in now. Play back day.
Maybe I'll keep your money.
You want team coffee?
It's my mind for Saturday.
Yeah, come back
On the
tomorrow.
middle day.
No, we'll ask to change the
The
name.
name and the
Yeah,
date.
just 300 change no, you book a new ticket.
So I checked.
I'm very low on ammo.
300
Ah,
change.
Murugan!
Then you book a new
But
ticket.
it's Saturday evening. When do you have work? Huh? When do you have work? I could only get till the second.
what day is it?
Tuesday. So I have to be back at work.
Wednesday.
Yes, by Wednesday.
So you need to be home by Tuesday.
Because I swap my days. So because next weekend I'm working now. Because the one day swap with
Where's this ammo boxes?
You must it down.
I missed it down.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, the left.
Ammo cache. Sniper rifle.
Yeah. Thank you.
There's one out here, but there's a lot of people here. Got you.
Oh, that's in my house. Yeah, I only want to go by Rachel and us, I swear. No, we didn't have. Really bad. Really bad.
Oh, wow.
Still. No, that's not about vegetable pizza. No, we got to make it hot and eat on the road while it's going. The time is going.
Why is it cold?
I blame Virusha.
Yeah, I don't know how long they make. Put the microwave.
The whole thing?
No, put one piece only. You can take it out of the box, put it in a plate, put it in the microwave.
She can't think so far. People are coming. I can hear them.
Oh, now you got nails.
I didn't get a chance to do my nails, but I just painted it.
I hear.
And I filed everything and I got it.
Don't put in a plate.
I will break it off.
People.
Bring it on.
What confused I am.
Vegetarian. You
Oh.
didn't tell I was order vegetarian one. Guys, you know what? I just took the clothes from the from last week. All the clean clothes I had left.
Sure. You took the cosmetics.
Yes.
I need a car.
It's in the bag. In the bag. And my mommy giving us Fanta and
Huh?
Why don't you go
Where's all the cars?
I finished.
No,
You got that. Then for real, no.
you people can't buy same thing. I don't want to go to my mother-in-law exam.
You want your own
She'll tell you.
We can't go on the same bus. Or the same flight.
You must take care for the upstairs exam.
No, the daughters must go. They serve no purpose on the road.
Oh, yeah. die.
Or the funeral rate.
No, we go there. As soon as we go there.
Seriously, where's all the cars in this area?
When they see us, they're gonna cry.
Yeah, fast.
Hey, genius, get in.
No, but how are you gonna do
They
that?
aren't going to be there like alone next to that.
Get in the car.
Agent just had to speak to us today the whole day.
I'm gonna tell my mom told me to watch it.
She had her sister's worried there too much. She got fed up, she left it. My sister had to go pick her up. Yeah. And she was there for miles now when my mother did. No, they think, you know, we're staying in Joburg. Money is growing on trees. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's.
Tracy's family, they earn peanuts. They can barely make it to pay the rent.
Oh yeah, check this out. You wanna fire from so far?
my sister always.
Your sister got no money for taxi to go to the money.
That child came here in 2019.
Where are you?
She was sick and I checked into that. The boy child is saying,
Oh,
where's the last fella in the bottle?
Let's go.
Let's go. The food is not. Let's go.
Did you bring the dog to the cat to dog?
No.
No, we got people, our housekeeper, also trying to feed out here. Like,
you're gonna blow up my car?
where your empty bottle like it? Small bottle. Yeah, that's good. Put a little bit water.
No. It's not just toxic.
It's
not just toxic.
Oh, I see you.
Instead of taking a lunch, take some here.
Ah, shit, Taki.